Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Apex Racing TV and the BSR MX5 Winter Series. And something a little bit different today. We're at the New Hampshire circuit in the United States, the Oval Circuit. Of course, hosts the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. However, today we're in the road course, and Alex Simpson, my friend, well, it's an odd one, this, isn't it?
It is an odd one, but I think it's actually quite a good one. You know, the cars, we obviously go to outside of the oval as well as on the inside, so it's a bit unique in that factor. Normally the rovals are just sort of hidden inside, aren't they? But yeah, this is one that they're properly built on the outside.
Yeah, Anwar Burrowell-Smith leads the championship ahead of Aaron Nom, with Peter Van Gool in third, Brian Holmes fourth, and Steve Hefford in fifth. In the AM category, it's that's better actually. My mic was about 10 feet away from my face. Lon Murray leads the AM category by 85 points ahead of Adam Hedgecock and Luke Clark, Joe McDonald and Richard Warmingham. And on the grid, Anwar Smith is on pole ahead of Brian Holmes, Adam Brock Grant in third, George McClay fourth, Adam McNally in fifth. Adam Bath will be along soon, but I'm going to name and shame. He has to buy the track. So
yeah,
he's almost there, Adam, and we'll get to you very shortly as the red lights are about to come on. 13 laps of the New Hampshire road course. They will begin now as the green light is on. Good start by Smith. Holmes tries to follow him. Does indeed to turn one.
Better start for Holmes than last night, that's for sure.
Like a tighter version of turn one at Daytona, Alex, I think, and probably looks okay so far. They're going to be three wide. There's going to be a crash. Oh. There was a slight one between Warmingham and McIntyre, just bumper to bumper really. Benjamin Mears having a look, he's going to, whoever designed that corner needs to be taken into a dark room and shot. Because that is exactly like the famous corner at Oschersleben with a 90-degree corner where cars can easily come together, and that's what happened for Mears there, Alex. Yes, and anyway, Adam, are you in the session yet?
I am, but I do know the corner you are. I'm not, but I do know the corner you're talking about. Now we've got to go through the bit outside the circuit and then back down onto it again.
Yeah, we're onto the road course then, over the start-finish line to start lap 2. And Alex Brian Holmes, he'll be eager to get a good result here after what happened to him last night, of course.
Yeah, exactly. He perhaps won an early night last night, that's all it was, so, you know, just for everyone. Oh, he's clipping the brakes, so what's that, slow down or something going on?
Slow down, yep. Through goes Smith again into the lead, so Smith gains it back. George McClay's up to second place. Josh Thompson up to third, so again, Thompson's qualifying not wonderful out here, but I don't think he's had too much practice out there, Josh Thompson. Adam Broughton Grant is behind him. And then it's Van Gool, and then it's Adam McNally, number 4 for Youth Energy. Oh, good lord, what is happening in there? That is Holmes, as he's dropped down the order, Brandon, McIntyre, McCarran, and Warmingham. Oh, off goes 55, that's Michael Adoka.
Nothing, or?
Just see it.
I'm going to see if I can get that on replay, because I don't even think he was taking with anyone, was he?
Just a spin. Oh, he sort of pogoed a bit underneath him and ended up getting sideways, and there was no rescue in the rear of the car for him. So lap 3, and we're on the...
He just sort of clipped that curb, didn't he? And you're right, it just he was relentless on the gas, and the car wouldn't settle back down. And,
now we're off onto the outer loop, so to speak. Very undulating here. It reminds me of Virginia, this part, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, quite...
Maybe a little bit of Watkins?
Yeah, a bit of both, I think. Just, you know, that sort of American-style track, isn't it? You know, the curb, sort of sharp curbs and, grass there as well. With some
but maybe it's
and
kind of
things
all
like
of them
that,
rolled into one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we take a 90 right back onto the infield, so to speak, and then a chicane that kind of gets ignored by the driver. It's kind of just a left-hander now, really. And then we go into the onto the pit straight again, completing a lap, which it's a very entertaining circuit, I think, to watch. And I'm not really sure, Alex, of course, because this is the first time for me seeing this circuit in action, where the overtaking opportunities really are going to come. As off goes Broughton Grant. It's been a right mess of that, and that's going to be a slowdown for him.
Yeah, I think, you know, as they come off the sort of the infield section towards going to the outer loop, which is exactly what Thompson's just done. Dive for a move there.
Brandon's having a go.
McClay.
Brandon on Holmes as well into that same corner.
Well, there it is then.
Yeah, I think you've got that spot on. Well done. Have you driven here before?
Oh, I've not, but like I say, I have.
You have?
Yeah, I have seen
How come you
some...
haven't bought the track then?
I was about to say, how have you done that? Whose account have you been using? It's the rules, that is. What are you doing?
I had it on the original R Factor.
Oh, okay.
Well, we'll let you off. You thought that quickly enough, didn't you? Yeah.
I must admit, I think, now that I think about it, Adam, I think I actually have driven this as well, but yeah, I couldn't remember it for the life of me.
I'm pretty sure we saw, I think Seb did an academy week here in the Skip Barber, so we've got like an advanced track guide and stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure I watched that. And he talked about that like being the overtaking spot. So
I do like tracks like this. I watched the other day on I think it was Motorsport TV. I watched they were doing a rally at Brands Hatch as McClay going for the move actually up the inside. Less of that and more about this race.
Well, 3 wide further back as well. McIntyre, Brandon, and Hefford. Oh well.
Oh dear, it's ended in tears for McIntyre.
And Hefford.
Yeah.
Reigning series champion. Oh, Hefford looked like he kind of squeezed a bit, Brandon, and yeah, off he goes.
Bar is done.
I had to pick out the person at fault there, I think.
Just to fit this in quickly, I saw they were doing a rally at Brands Hatch, and I was thinking, well, how are you going to do a rally at Brands Hatch? But they used loads of different layouts, and you know the service roads and into the car park, and made some little chicanes and corners. It's quite interesting. And that's kind of what this track reminds me of, Adam, here.
Yeah, it's a layout that I think works really well. Apart from, of course, that massive concrete wall on the back straight. Maybe we could have done something better there. But yeah, I think it is a pretty good track, and we've seen this season when the rallycross cars have been racing on these sort of tracks, that it's worked pretty well. So hopefully it works pretty well with those cars on Thursday when they come here as well.
I can say that would be a good one for that, and it looks like it will be. But I think tracks like this suit the MX5, Alex, because I think the issue with the MX5, and certainly like the way, because I was a bit burnt out with the MX5 a few weeks ago, and it's just too much overtaking, too much pack racing, and these tracks that we've been to recently, Silverstone Southern and this one, and
yeah, the smaller ones definitely
ones
make a difference, and I think that is kind of why iRacing put them in the rookie series. Otherwise, you know, it would just be a massive draft fest everywhere, and it would be crashing every race you go to, and no one would ever get out of rookies. So,
but the overtaking is possible here, isn't it? But it's it's not easy, and I think that's the.
This should definitely be on the well, not the rookies, because you know people will begrudge having to pay. Well, no, just you know what new people are like. They won't want to pay for an oval circuit.
Well, let's face it. There's people who've been on the service for 5 years and have never bought anything other than the Mazda. So I mean,
this is true.
What can you say?
You don't even buy that.
You don't even buy that.
Subscription.
No.
Maybe Ez might need a new Mazda because he's out of the race and he's collided with Teddy Clark here. This is going.
He hasn't had to pay for that one.
Mounted on the tyres.
Because you weren't aware, Adam, there was a pile up at the start of last night's Strictly Tech Sports Car race which took out Brian Holmes, and also who else bit the dust there?
John Allen.
So
a couple others were involved too.
Yeah, so it wasn't a good night for Holmes at all. And Aero Nom had a good battle with Mike Dam, but he couldn't quite beat the Canadian again, which seems like I've just pressed the button on the record player and played back what we said before on that one, as In the Wall was Warmingham at 10th place, and it was Walmingham that time, Adam. With brakes on the grass. He braked on the grass, and he was on the dirty part of the circuit. Tried to rescue it. So little grip. He's
And no runoff area either.
There are massive amounts of detritus on the outside of that corner.
One person that will be hoping that he can work his way through the muck and the dust in front of him is Josh Thompson. He's looking pretty good at the moment. He's just behind George McClay in third position, and he's got Anwar Smith in his sights as well. Just 1.1 seconds between third and first place.
Can I just add, what's the point of that curb on the inside of that right-hander if no one uses it? They just cut the inside of it. And obviously don't get a slowdown, so it's obviously a legal part of the circuit.
Well, if we want to continue ranting, it's a good thing that I haven't got this track map up, because I'm sure there are loads of turn 6As and Bs and whatnot.
I'll get you going.
I do like this right-hander onto the back onto the infield section, though. That's a very challenging one. It reminds me, and again, Alex, all these tracks that we go to in the service, it seems like this one is kind of a mixture of them all. It's got bits of almost Sebring, it's got bits of Watkins, Daytona, and some of the others. It reminds me slightly of the Pocono road course that we went to in places as well.
Yeah, in places quite narrower by the looks of it as well, a bit like Pocono. So yeah.
Very well designed, I think. But that corner going onto the infield again. Oh, slow down! It must be for Thompson. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he has vanished.
feathering
Yeah.
The throttle. Is he going to stay ahead of Van Gool? I think he will. Yeah, he does indeed. That was a nice line from Van Gool. Not a line. Nice line for Thompson. He's up on the curb, dear me. We saw at Snetterton last week, Adam, that he loves vaulting those high curves. I don't think that one was intentional, though.
No, as a result, he's now behind Adam McNally down to 5th place. So he's got a bit of work to do now in the final third of the race. Nick McCarron has disappeared off the timing screens all of a sudden. He had been dropping down the order quite a bit. He's in the pit lane now, so he's obviously been in the wars. Looks like he's rolled it.
Yeah.
It looks like he must have picked up damage from a previous incident and then turned in and then on Reliant Robin.
That corner leading back onto the infield, as I was saying, though, it's quite bumpy, Alex, and we saw it unsettle the car for Evdoka, and it's that sort of corner that you think isn't really much cop, but then it catches everyone out.
Yeah, it's simple, isn't it? But the car just got to react funny just one time, hasn't it? So a bit like me and Kota, you know, I took that curve, for about 400 laps in practice, and didn't bite me once. It did it once in the race, and that was me done.
So me and Adam have driven full-length races there, and the same things happened. You sort of hit it funny one time, and that's kind of the end of it.
David Ayres has been enjoying the scenery, not through his own doing. He got absolutely hit up the rib by, car 39, Luke Clark, and he's got back going again, but he was quite a way off.
Oh yeah, he was on the hill. Ended up on the. He just got whacked up the rear.
Oh, it's on for the lead now.
Verge.
Clay really close.
It's funny because Smith's not really been challenged at all throughout this race, but suddenly McClay, free of the shackles of Thompson pressuring him behind, has certainly zoned in. Whoever wants to answer that one, I've forgotten what you're both called. As up the inside goes McClay. He's going to try and do it, but look at the momentum of Smith. That's really good from Smith. That's a narrow part of the circuit, as Alex was saying. And Mr. Simpson, that was a brilliant piece of work by Smith.
Yeah, good defensive job there. I'll give McClay something to think about. It's not going to be easy. And of course, Van Gool not too far behind and closed up a little bit there as well.
Thompson's crashed, I think.
Oh.
How about that he's been DQ'd?
I think he's crashed.
It's in contact with McNally. McNally went in too deep to the corner. I think just about. Have a look. He was very tightly on the inside, was McNally. You could argue that Thompson could have given a tiny bit more space, but he got nerfed into the tyre wall, and he's going again. Only a couple of laps to go for him, Adam, so he will make it.
It's like the perfect takeout, really.
And I was just going to say, achievement
absolutely
unlocked.
10 out of 10.
Achievement unlocked.
A trophy unlocked, sorry.
That as well.
Benjamin Mears is now dropping down the timing screens as well, and he's in another tyre barrier somewhere.
That is the corner where he had a little contact earlier on. He's dived down the inside, missed it by a mile, and actually Dankert has clobbered him on the way through. So unfortunate for the German, but he carries on and actually gains a place from that, so 18th place for him.
Well, earlier today, the Winter Olympics were doing some short track speed skating. This is probably one of the shortest tracks we go to on the calendar, and we've seen some proper short track style moves here in the opening 12 laps of this one.
Those men and women get their elbows out in the old speed skating. And
Johnny Brandon, sorry guys, and Adam Broughton Grant having a good old battle right now. Just like speed skating.
Well, side by side.
It's like the speed skating.
This, but you can roll the car. I've seen that already. Oh, what's that? I can hear a crash. Is it McNally? It is McNally. He's been in the wars. What has happened to him? I don't know what's happened to McNally, but he's dropped way down. He's 4 seconds ahead of this lot, Adam, just at the beginning of this lap.
Just having a look myself. Looks like he's just...
Oh, that's saved Johnny Brandon's bacon, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, because he was coming towards him.
I don't know what's happened to McNally, Alex. Did you see anything?
Oh, battle for the lead. They're wheel to wheel for the lead here. Sorry.
Oh, they are indeed wheel to wheel. McClay trying to force the issue with Smith.
Here comes Peter Van Gool.
Van Gool's got a great run, and he actually forces McClay to defend the inside going into the
worst corner in history.
The outfield section.
Alan McLean and Luke Clark have both disappeared. I think they are still going.
Oh, it cut to the inside by Van Gool. Now he's on the outside, though. There's not much grip on the outside for Peter. Just hold it in place. It looks like Smith's got it covered at the moment, but he's got the tricky section still to come. Plunging down the hill, around the back of the spectator areas and the infield section once more. It looks like Smith's going to have it as they come through the line, and McClay sideways. It's going to be Anwar Smith who wins from pole position. He'll be very happy with that.
Great race. Really enjoyed that, even though I only got to see a little bit of it. Anwar Smith wins, 6/10 of a second lead in the end.
Yeah, really good from Smith. Championship leader and championship performance from he in this first race.
Oh, in the wall, Alan McCain. He's stuck in the tyre barrier.
I wonder if Luke Clark had anything to do with that, because they were close together. And actually, it doesn't look like he did.
Yeah, weird one, that.
He's just gone off as McCain. But yeah, he's buried in the wall. And unfortunately, Alex, we've seen so many times, there's no escaping from there.
Oh no, just watching it on replay now, absolutely smashed it into there, didn't he? Alright.
I think a bit of that car might be chipped.
We might be slowly working it out of the fence, but
it crinkles.
When it grabs you, I think that's it, done and dusted. Although I think he will be in line for the full if we do get full, so would be good. Not a big turnout, Alex, today probably because of the track selection in terms of the people who have the circuit.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's not because it's a bad track; it's far from it. But it's
people have just got to buy it, haven't they? And they're just like,
probably down to that. Adam, if you can do the honours.
Yeah, so when you feel the finishing order, then Anwar Smith takes the win. The only driver inside the top 10 actually finished where they started. In fact, probably. Let me just scroll down the finishing order quickly. The only driver to finish where they started. George McClay finished in second, third Peter Van Gool, fourth Brian Holmes, fifth Johnny Brandon, sixth Van Broughton Grant, then Jack McIntyre, Thompson, Evdoka, and then McNally in 10th. Then 11th Ferrero Nom, 11 positions gained. He was really out of the picture there. I don't remember looking at him at all during that opening race, but he was quietly working away and got a 11th place finish after starting 22nd. Then Luke Clark 12th, then Teddy Clark 12th, then Luke Clark in 13th. 14th Craig Jones, 15th Michael Barry, 16th David Ayres, then Jörg Dankert, then Alan McCain in 18th place. One lap down. You're right, he will get the full. I don't know if the reverse grid goes as low down as that, so I think he is almost as certain for the pole. Then it's the cars that didn't finish the race: Benjamin Mears, John Roberts, Nick McCarron, Richard Warmingham, Lorne Murray, Jamie Ayres, Steve Hefford, the first car out of the race, and Kip Stevens and Dries Nice didn't take the start.
Okay, over to Alex then, who's got the reverse grid wheel. I do fear, mate, this might be a little academic, this one.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Let's give it a spin anyway. It's going to be the full.
Yep.
And the full it is.
So, after getting stuck in the wall, Alan McCain's reward actually is pole position, bizarrely. So we'll see what he can do with that as we return here on Apex Racing TV. We've got 3 more rounds to go tonight here at New Hampshire.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
in the outside, contact made, 56 slides in at a 4, who's going to be into stripe, dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back for the second race of the day here at New Hampshire, here on Apex Racing TV in the BSR MX5 Winter Series. Andrew Woodhouse, Alex Simpson, Adam Bath with you. And Adam, well, you're a bit late to the party in the first race. However, what you saw was pretty good, and I'm sure you're going to get some really tight action with the reverse grid on play here.
Yeah, completely full reverse grid for this one, 18 cars. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it pretty much was the entire field, minus about 4 or 5 that were in the walls during the opening one. So interested to see who can work their way through the field the best, especially in a track that's probably pretty unfamiliar to most of this field.
Yeah, and Alex, this track definitely does not reward impatience, especially from the faster drivers coming through from the back.
Yeah, no, I think you take a move up the inside there, it's of those sort of overtaking corners, it's going to cause a problem.
So, pole position then for Alan McCain. Jörg Danke in second, David Ayres third, Michael Barry fourth, Craig Jones in fifth, Luke Clark sixth, Teddy Clark in seventh, Aaron Nom in eighth, Adam McNally ninth, Michael Evdoka in 10th, Josh Thompson 11th, 12th is Jack McIntyre, Adam Broughton Grant in 13th, 14th for Johnny Brandon, 15th Brian Holmes, 16th Peter Van Gogh, George McClay in 17th, Anwar Smith race 1 winner in 18th, Benjamin Mayers in 19th, John Roberts 20th, Nick McCarron 21st, Richard Warming 22nd, Lowell Murray 23rd, Jamie Ayres 24th, Steve Heaven 25th, and Kip Stevens in 26th. I do apologise, Adam, I just got into the habit of reading out the results from reading out the grids from last night and from the other day as well, so sorry. You can take the start of the race if you like.
Here we go then. Waiting for the last few cars to get onto the grid, and then we'll get the show on the road. Let's begin to rise then. It's Alan and Jörg on the front row of the grid. Underway, great start by Alan McNally. David Ayres starting third on the grid. See if we can get in amongst them before we get into the first corner. It's 2 by 2 in most places here as we go into the chicane. Alan McCain just able to hold on. There's a Jörg Dankert nearly messing it up, and he has.
Got to slow down there.
He just went wide.
Oh, 3 wide. Might get 3 wide times 2 here. Thompson's definitely going to try and go for the middle.
Well, here contact.
That was Jörg on the back of Holm, I think it was.
Oh, problem for Holmes. He's wide. Van Gogh's in the walls as well.
Biggest
Down the
move.
order.
Oh, more contact. Biggest move inside the opening half of that, Johnny Brandon.
Oh, here we go. That's it. It's
Warming
Anwar Smith. He's off. McCarron's off. McClay hitting Smith, I think it was. McCarron's got to slow down. Oh, 3 wide between Nom, McIntyre and Clark. And I don't see this ending too well, Alex, for some of these guys in the midfield. Oh, Clark's in the wall. That's a big one.
What happened there? Did he just stop steering?
He was offline, I think, and understeered wide.
Was it?
I want to look at that back from on board.
Oh no, he was turning, Alex. He was turning.
He was just offline, wasn't he?
Offline, no grip. Camber not in his favour, maybe.
There's a bit of banking there as well, so the car would have
Risen up the banking, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a strange incident, but a big one.
Didn't stop him, did it? He wasn't exactly getting on the anchors.
He didn't really steer though. I'm on board and he's not really. It's like there's a wall coming. I won't put any more lock on. And then I have to say, even going into the wall, right at the last minute, it was kind of like,
oh no. Alex, you got 10 minutes until you could say that.
Oh well.
Got this there's this big concrete thing coming towards me. I'm just gonna see what happens.
The Mazda MX5 Euro NCAP rating coming in handy there.
Oh dear.
It's the concrete wall.
And the PG rating out of the window as well in the same 30 seconds.
David Ayres leads.
And Alan McCain's leads out the window as well. He made a right mess in the corner onto the main straight, and David Ayres says, "Thank you very much. I shall have that."
Here comes Tomo. Oh, in the background it's Brandon, and he's turned. He's turned around
Brandon
Craig
again.
Jones. Oh, sorry, it was Broughton Grant that turned around Craig Jones.
Brandon was in the wars in the first race. Hefford trying to come through as well. Hefford crashed, Adam. He missed it. But Hefford was well, he crashed in a big way. He's going to find it hard to get past Broughton, Grant and McClay. Alex, two of the fastest drivers in the series as well.
Yeah, not easy at all. We're having a look. So much camera on this circuit, which opens up the extra lines, doesn't it? It's great to see, actually.
Good circuit, this.
Oh, what was that behind? Something.
Jörg Dankert, I think.
Dankert.
I started on the front row.
It's not been a good race, has it? All along, it's just getting worse and worse and worse.
Well, I saw Alan McCain go off here in race 1, and
Hefford's through on McCain, by the way. Sorry, Adam. Go on.
Yeah, I was just looking back at the replay.
Out for third is on between Michael Barry and Michael Evdoka. Got McIntyre in car 1 just behind them as well. See that the reigning champion's going to get involved in this, as is Aero Nom. He's not usually very far. Look at McIntyre. He's going to sneak through all of them, is he? There's a bit of contact. Oh, and again. Gosh.
Barry had a big tank slapper there. Here comes Josh Thompson up the inside, 3 wide. Not anymore, 2 wide now as Thompson just swoops by Barry.
Thompson versus Nom then. This one is not going to be for the favourite part either.
Brandon right in there,
trying to get ahead.
Slicing himself in between. Yeah.
Oh, it's a good move there by Johnny Brandon. Thompson, Adam, he was ambitious, but Brandon's smart enough and quick enough to keep that and force him wide.
Oh. Now that does look
wide.
tarmac on the outside, but it does deceive, and it looks like it's a bit of gravel. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks odd, but yeah, gravel it is.
Yeah, and Thompson, being ambitious and successful as the Youth Energy car absolutely flies over the curves.
Oh, Brandon's lost it. Brandon's going to be around, is he? Yeah. Keep it out of the Amco barrier? Not really, but
ish.
Ish. Who's agree?
Oh, this looks great. Like from 9th, 10th, 11th.
Broughton, Grant
and
Hefford.
Nally.
Yeah.
Oh, Hefford, where's he going?
Maybe the rallycross track.
No, that's not good. That's not good. 4 positions lost and the slowdown, didn't he? What he wants there. Nom versus Evdoka versus Thompson. Alex into the outfield.
Yeah, Nom on the outside.
Oh, Matt.
Almost freight train
Thompson's going to lose it.
That was close.
Sorry, Alex.
He would have fallen off the cliff quite literally there.
Yeah. Pirelli tyre in a hot summer's day.
Well, Kimi Raikkonen knew quite a lot about that back in the day.
Yeah, and he still does to this day, I guess, Raikkonen. Now, Doka is defending well here. Wants to get after Jack McIntyre, but he's having to look behind him more than look in front of him, I'm afraid. Nom's going across the grass. The more I look at it, Alex, I do think that Luke Clark's one might have been some kind of failure, because other people are going wide there as well. They're not going straight up into the wall.
Yeah, I think you're right. Something's got to have gone on.
I don't think that's driver error, unless he wasn't paying
maybe
attention.
a screen flicker or something like that, you know?
Yeah, maybe a screen freeze. Seen that many times before. Out for second. Rages with McIntyre, trying to make his way through. He won the previous championship. McIntyre going to really struggle to hang on to it, because he's not really in favour of the championship at all. But
that's a brilliant move.
Oh, if he can hold it though. He got on the gravel, Adam. You were talking about it on the outside of the corners. Some of these corners, it's a bit deceiving.
Kept it though. It's good.
There we go. And now he's only 3 tenths of a second away from David Ayres, and he's going to be worried, because we're only on lap 6 of 13 here. We're about reaching the halfway mark of the race.
Yeah, I don't anticipate there's going to be many problems with the tyres, because it's only 27 degrees Celsius out there on the track. So
wish it was 27 degrees here.
I wish it was 7 degrees here.
I think it was minus 27 in South Korea.
Yeah, Nom versus Thompson. Would be a heated rivalry.
Ayres made a right mess of that, I think. There you go. That's 6 tenths already.
Oh yeah, and McIntyre pitches away slightly. Oh, big dive.
What a move.
Big dive by McCain. And he was asleep, was David Ayres, wasn't he?
And Evdoka just followed him through. the door was already open.
Well, he had
And,
no right to get that move done, Alex, did he, Alan McCain?
From nowhere, really. I really wasn't even sort of looking at that battle, still looking at McIntyre sort of getting away, and then just push straight through. And what's going on further back, Broughton Grant, he's in a battle.
Oh, he's off.
Off the track, and let's let McCarran through.
And there's Murray. Behind, Murray's up from 23rd actually, had a good start by him.
Yeah, some big movers here. Just up the road is Hefford as well, who's gained 15 places. Mears 8 positions. Anwar Smith gaining 6. A lot of gains here.
Oh, McCarran
Contacts.
hits Anwar Smith.
Thompson's also in a bit of a battle here.
Smith goes wide, Broughton Grant's involved as well.
Oh, just a
Thompson.
it's
Yeah.
Nom versus
David Ayres.
David Ayres, yeah.
Thompson's got past McNally. He'll need to get past David Ayres and get after Aaron Nom, you would think. But it is Evdoka now who leads.
McIntyre that leads.
So McIntyre leads, yeah.
Good battle here just behind Josh Thompson. One that we already looked at between David Ayres and there was a battle. Fruit goes out.
David Ayres is just he's giving these guys far too much room.
David Ayres, the pebble on the beach, and the tide is quickly coming in.
I know it's still going to be a good result for him if he can finish in the top 10, but just being far too gentlemanly on the brakes. Got screwing him over a little bit. He's fairly quick in the other areas of the circuit, but braking zones really just letting him back a bit. Clay's going to have a go now, and he's going to be through into the first corner, I would imagine. He has a dive. Clay will tend to do. He has a look, yeah, and again just opens the door, doesn't he? Like just like a crowbar, Alex. He kind of just jimmied it open a tiny bit, the gap, and then put the car through it.
And sometimes with the shorter tracks, that's how you have to do it.
Yeah, and he didn't hit him. Good clean move there by George McClay. But McCain, Thompson for company now. Although Nom is now through, so the two TBR cars have switched round. Does mean it might get interesting for McIntyre, Adam, with Nom behind him.
Yeah, the gap has come down the last few laps. It was 1.8. It's now down to 1.7. Plus Evdoka was 2 tenths of a second quicker, and we'll see what happens when they come across the line this time. They're just coming through the final corner. McIntyre started outside the top 10 as well, so 12 to first. A good job so far for him as he start lap 10. 1:13.2 and a 1:12.8. A few more attempts getting taken out.
Yeah, good progress there. And Evdoka actually started just inside the top 10 in 10th, so yeah, it's both of them have fought their way through the field well.
Anwar Smith, Aaron Nom, a new personal best as well. Anwar Smith, speaking of him, is in a battle with Nick McCarran.
He is indeed. They've already hit each other once.
Also looking at Barry and Brandon. Oh,
What on earth has
who was that?
happened?
Was that Warmingham coming in?
A crash
sure
on
who
the
that
oval.
was.
It's Brandon, and it's Michael Barry.
Someone else came in while they were having a good old battle and just got involved. Not sure who it was.
Oh, Teddy Clark. Warmingham managed to get past that. He managed to get Van Gool as well, did Warmingham.
Oh, Holmes and McCain.
Thompson's by.
Clark, unfortunately, just got he got a piece of the spinning cars, really.
Oh, don't do it there, Brian. Good. Just say that final corner is definitely not an overtaking place.
No, I wouldn't say it is.
Going through turn 14, then onto the front straight to start lap 11. We've got 3 laps to go now. And Brian Holmes, a master in the MX5, apart from last night.
Yeah, certainly a better race for Holmes
There he goes.
than it was last night. As Hefford and McClay still fighting behind them, you see that. But yeah, Holmes now behind Thompson, ahead of McCain, ahead of McNally.
Back the top 5 now, Brian Holmes, and McCain nearly did the move that he did on David Ayres a few laps back.
McNally is having a go at this undercut here.
Oh,
Oh, he loses it. Just lost the balance of the rear of the car, Alex, just as at the key moment.
He just couldn't quite get the power down as he wanted. Settle in behind McCain. 3 laps to go, or 2.5.
Fast and Furious here at New Hampshire. Here on Apex Racing TV. Andrew Woodhouse, Adam Bath and Alex Simpson bringing you all the action from the Mazda MX5 Winter Series. In the BSR TC, of course. Not long now, Adam, until the BSR TC begins again for 2018.
Yeah, late March, beginning at Silverstone. Far away, just over a month. 22nd of March, I believe it is, and we start at the Silverstone Historic Circuit, and we're on our way for another, well, will be surely another amazing year.
60 cars, Alex, at Silverstone Historic.
Well, an entry
Be
list
a
as well.
Historic pile-up, maybe.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy.
It's going to be good though. It's always a great track for the racing. The inside goes McNally. Try and take McCain. Stay ahead of him this time.
Efforts in there as well. Car 42 as well, that's George McClay.
And McClay at the back of that group. Effort trying to go around the outside. Oh, McCain's got him covered just about.
Perhaps coming down at the front as well, it's down to half a second. Might have a close final lap on our hands here.
Yeah, I think we will. McIntyre, car 1 reigning champion ahead of Doka. And, well, Doka, it's not been the most wonderful season for him. He's sitting 35th in the Drivers' Championship. Until the final lap they go.
146 kilometres, amazing really, because considering that this track just on it by itself on an oval is just a mile.
Oh,
Doka's a bit of a wobble there.
2 podium finishes for Doka so far this season. McIntyre in his well, it's amazing. McIntyre in his title defence is just 29th. He has taken a win, looking for his second one of the season, of course. Here, he's only got half a lap to go to achieve it, Alex, and he looks good here.
Yeah, Doka just can't seem to get close enough, and he needs to be right on his tail through this section to have any kind of chance.
Having to fend off Aero Nom as well, isn't he?
No mistakes from McIntyre should bring him home.
Got the infield bit to go here. Like I say, it looks like a chicane on the track map, but really it's just one long left-hander. Pretty much tightening corner, and here we go onto the start-finish straight once again here at New Hampshire. It's going to be victory for Jack McIntyre.
Great race. Nom couldn't get to Evdoka. Else Hefford and McCain, they're pretty close. Also close, you've got Mias and Ayres. Oh, that is very close. Mias goes to run, but gets the door shut. He has to get out of it.
Oh, slammed right in his face.
And the next closest battle out there, we've got Brandon and Barry, but actually Brandon lifted out of that.
And if the reverse grid is going to be a full, it looks like it's going to be Craig Jones that will be full, but we do have enough cars reversed. I think we've got enough cars that are finished that we could have a reverse grid number, I think, but we'll wait and see.
Indeed.
Running through the finishing order then for this one. Yeah, what a race though that was, by the way, and once again cars are started inside the top 10 that finished there. 1, 2, 3, 4, less than half. McIntyre wins, Evdoka second, third Aero Nom, the top 3 separated by less than a second. Josh Thompson in 4th, 5th Brian Holmes, in 6th Adam McNally, then Alan McKay in 7th. AM right there. Steve Hefford in 8th, started 25th, biggest mover in the field by a long shot there, Hefford, 17 positions gained. Then George McClay 9th and Anwar Smith in 10th. Adam Broughton Grant in 11th, then Nick McCarron in 12th. David Ayres, one of the big losers, started on the front row of the grid, but unfortunately he just had so many cars trying to get by him. Benjamin Mias 14th, 15th Lorne Murray, 16th Richard Warmingham, 17th Pierre Van Gool, then 18th Teddy Clark, Jamie Ayres 19th and Michael Barry in 20th, another car that started highly. 21st for Johnny Brandon, and then Craig Jones a lap down, and then the cars that didn't finish the race, John Roberts 2 laps down, 9 laps down, Jörg Dankert started on the front row but hit the wall, and the car was really badly damaged after that. Then Luke Clark 10 laps down, 25th, and then Kip Stevens didn't take the start.
Right then, so Alex is going to spin the wheel, and we're going to receive a pole sitter for race 3. Yeah, we do have a chance of getting a spin here.
Let's bring the wheel up then and yeah, see what it spits out for us.
So everybody knows there have been about 35 to 40 cars, so the wheel in previous races, the wheel has had its uses, as it should have been. What's it going to be this time?
24th it's going to be.
Oh well, it would have been Jörg Dankert had we failed to finish the race. 9 laps down, by the way. So it's going to be Craig Jones that starts on the pole. Johnny Brandon 2nd, Michael Barry 3rd, Jamie Ayres 4th, Teddy Clark's going to be starting in 5th for the 3rd race.
Alright, great. Well, an interesting gridding prospect then for round 3 of the evening. We've still got half the night's racing to go here on Apex Racing TV. So join us back after the break for the rest of it.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, The racing was fun, but there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it into 4. Who's going to be into the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
And we're back for race 3 of the evening here on Apex Racing TV from New Hampshire in the BSR MX5 Winter Series. Hello everybody, if you're just joining us, Andrew Woodhouse with Adam Bath and Alex Simpson. And Alex, well, it's been the full reverse grid's come out again, and some interesting mix of drivers at the front.
Yeah, could open it up for another new winner. Would be nice. Get into the business end of the season, but yeah, see what Jones can do from the pole.
Interesting to see that. Jones alongside Johnny Brandon. Jones hasn't got great starts recently, but see what he can do. Can he stave off Brandon? We'll see. Any moment now the red lights are going to come on. We're going to be racing once again here in the United States. Here we go. Green light is on. And again you see Brandon getting the better of Jones. Not the best start. Good start by Teddy Clark. He needs to be careful he doesn't squeeze in on Michael Barry, as he nearly did, Teddy Clark.
Oh dear, it's Anwar Smith, he's around.
Oh, they're going hell for leather at the front. Oh, Clark is putting himself about, getting those elbows out massively.
Oh yeah, here we go, into the right-hander then.
Here's Jamie Ayres going through.
It's Teddy Clark as well.
Oh, Clark on Barry. Van Gould's going to want a bit of that as well. Murray is side by side with Jones, who's already fallen down the order.
Here comes car 18. That's Peter Van Gool to the outside of Craig Jones.
Sorry, it's the other way around, isn't it? Sorry.
Oh, he takes a bit of the curb there. He's just able to hold on.
Yeah, sorry, Adam. It was Craig Jones who's in third.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
And
it
was actually now Michael Barry who's a bit further down the order. Got those two cars confused. Oh, crash! Oh, and
it's all spiraled out of control.
Barry and it's McCarran. Everyone else is okay.
McCarran isn't. He's the Andreas Katz there, buried in the tyre barrier.
John Roberts! John Roberts! Oh.
Well, the king of the ring
went on board with him as it was happening. One of those slow spins, Alex, that you cannot save no matter how hard you try, but it seemed to take so long for you to actually hit the wall.
Oh, what's going on to our leader?
Brandon.
What's happened to our leader? Yeah,
slow down.
Oh.
I think that's what happened to Barry as well, didn't it? He got a slow down, he served it on the outside there, and then, of course, there's masses of cars coming through, and
look
check up.
Look how long it's taken, mate, as well, to get this serve for him. He's down behind Warmingham even. Now he's going to get through on him. He's behind Murray, and he's behind Hefford and Jones.
Alfred leaders on as well. Oh no, Jamie Ayres versus.
It is the battle for the lead now, isn't it?
It is, yeah. My timing screen just doesn't know what to say. Yeah, Jamie Ayres.
Brandon's gone down the order.
For some reason, I've got Peter Van Gool as the leader on my timing screen for some unknown reason. But anyway, through the final corner we go.
Oh!
Into the pit.
Absolute-
Oh, I thought he was going into the pits then, he was so close.
Absolutely sideways was Clark Allen coming out of that infield.
Got to give it everything.
Ryan Holmes into the pits, by the way. No idea. Maybe a jump start.
Teddy has drove these cars in real life as well, competitively, hasn't he? So
Yeah, his lines are a bit off there
yeah.
in that particular section though. Lost a good second and a half to Jamie Ayres.
Just got the back. Oh, who was that? I just jumped on board with Adam Broughton Grant. He hit the wall. And yeah, it's just carnage going off everywhere. Down further back. Lorne
got
Murray
hit.
around.
You got hit by was it
McIntyre,
Nom? No, it's McCain.
Holmes. Oh, it's just, yeah. Just
They're
gone
everywhere.
crazy.
Well, all
Yeah,
this
mate.
means then is that Jamie Ayres has a 2-second lead over Teddy Clark, but it's
Oh,
on
Lorne
for
Murray's
second
had-
place.
Lorne Murray from 5th has had an issue as well, Adam, sorry.
Yeah, he's down to 11th place now, 3 positions
Oh,
lower than where he
and
started.
he's collided with Johnny Brandon. Johnny Brandon going in there, maybe a little hot on the Automec car. Yeah, sorry to interrupt Adam anyway, but one of the top 5 drivers getting crashed out.
Peter Van Gool. Well, I thought for a minute he was going to be shaping up Teddy, and then slightly different line. Hefford got a good run as well. Craig Jones as well, and Nom, they're very close. Lots of battles going on out there right now. How many different lines you can take on this circuit as well.
It looks
Nom's got a
really
great
inter-
exit.
It looks like a really interesting track to drive, actually. Oh, and look at that, Clark's in bother. A lot of bother because he's suffered a slowdown. I think Van Gool's through. Hefford looking like he's going to go through on Van Gool as well. Van Gool using the camber Adam to whistle round the outside.
Big move, and yeah, 4 positions gained. Hefford's going along with him. Another big mover, 12 positions gained by Steve Hefford in this one. It might not stop there, you know. Like, there we go.
Oh, here he comes.
Wasted no time.
Yeah, not at all. And oh, that caught out Clark a little bit. Van Gool, bit of an odd line. Still in contention though.
We'll have a go on to lap 5 then. I wonder if Teddy might throw it up the inside here. Teddy Clark from UK and Ireland, as most of this field is.
Here he comes, yeah. Oh, very sweeping line by Van Gool.
Might set him up though.
Momentum.
This
Sorry?
could work. You might set him up though. This could work.
Yeah, good indeed. But now there is a left kink there, but we're also then going to go right. This double apex corner, which is very tricky. Different elevation changes then. Off camber, pretty tricky. Van Gool was smart enough there, Alex, to place his car where he needs to, not do anything silly, not try too hard.
Yeah, he's still in for a good result here, isn't he? And not far behind Hefford, so
If he can get back
try and
onto
tag
him,
on. Yeah, exactly. Just try and tag onto him a little bit.
it's hard when you're looking in your mirrors all the time, though, isn't it?
That's the problem. Yeah.
You must have had races like that where you know you can catch the guy in front, but too busy thinking about the defence.
Yep. Story of my my opening laps, that is.
I didn't want to say anything.
It's fine.
You can nail the opening lap, I'm telling you. Be properly sorted, says the man who's never driven in an iRacing World Championship race.
I know, yeah, we're exactly. There's a reason why Alex is in the World Championship Series and we're here.
Although those who can't do it talk about it, so
Yes.
I mean that's why
Or
we can tell
teach
him
PE.
we can tell him what to do exactly. It's, Johnny Brandon's having a look as well on Van Gool. As Clark has finally made his way through.
Oh, this could be Brandon's opportunity.
And sneak up the inside. Decent run here. Decent's all it's going to get for Brandon, sorry.
I was just going to say, we're just approaching halfway now through this third race, lap 6 of 13, and Johnny Brandon looking like he wants to start the second half well.
You can still pull a podium out of this. This would be a great result after moving forward and getting that horrendous slowdown.
He's only 0.6 of a second away from the podium, Johnny Brandon here. He's got
It was
Peter
an
Van Gool
early-
and Teddy Clark.
It was an early slowdown as well, and we know, Adam, those are the worst ones.
Yeah, it's just the way that it works on the sim, isn't it? If you get it in the opening few laps, it's just,
Warmingham. Sorry,
yeah,
Adam.
just behind, yeah. I'm sure we've explained plenty of times why you get a huge slowdown on the opening few laps. Oh, Brandon.
Yeah, for those that don't know, it's because you missed the. You haven't set a sector time there, so it's got nothing to compare it
Oh,
against.
Van Gogh!
Oh.
Van Gogh was losing the rear anyway, and then just the smallest tap by Brandon sent him into a spin. But yeah, it wasn't. He looked like he was going to lose it, Van Gogh, and it looks like somebody else is up near the wall as well. On the exit of that one. Oh, it was Jörg Danker. He's a lap down. He pulled off the side of the track to let everyone.
You still there, Adam?
As Woody, yeah, as Woody
Yeah, it sounded like we just lost. Yeah,
got so
like we just
excited he's
lost
ripped
Woody
his
there.
microphone out.
Yeah, his microphone disconnected or something.
Oh, there we go. He plugs it back in.
Sorry, I pulled my headphones
Oh,
out.
that's
Sorry about that. You've got stuck behind my pedals. Sorry about that.
There you
Just
go.
thought, oh, this will come out. Yep, it came out all right.
How thrilling it is.
I was just say that's the most excitement of the last couple of laps now. Good race out here, though, to be honest.
If it closed in on airs, this is going to be a good race at the end. We've got 6 laps to go,
Teammates.
1 second. The gap came down about, come down 7/10 of a second. So I think that'll be a little bit less. Teammates, of course. So he might be fair.
Ooh,
Might
this
wait
is a
behind.
good one. Clark versus Evdoka versus Jones.
Wheel to wheel through the opening chicane.
You know, I haven't seen anyone hit that inside wall yet. I'm waiting for it because it seems to happen at Sebring every now and again. Evdoka's trying to go the long way around here. I don't know if it's quite going to work, although it has kept the momentum going, Alex, and that looks like it's going to work out brilliantly for him.
Yeah, fantastic. Like you say, it's just all about the momentum, and this MX5 doesn't have a great deal of power. And actually, he's going to lose out to who was that? McNally as well that came through.
Jones and McNally. I wonder if McNally's going to let Jones through. Thinks he caused that accident. A very small one, though.
Yeah, does do just that.
Well, that's sportsman-like driving there from McNally, if that is the case.
Brandon on Teddy Clark.
Oh my word. And McClay too. We know McClay's not shy. Adam, as he's going into battle with Brandon and Clark and McIntyre. Winner of race 2, of course. That's easy for me to say, isn't it? And Brandon again.
Completely sideways there right at the exit. The south chicane. Finally got the track map up.
How many corners does it say?
Oh, he's gone wide.
Here we go. I think there are 14 corners on this track, and George McClay, well, he quite enjoyed that one.
They're onto the carousel now. This is the left-hander here. Brandon trying to get back past his teammate.
Carousel, well, that's quite aptly named.
They're on their way. The next corner that has a name is the S's, and that's the final few corners. Everything else is just corner numbers.
What sort of action are we going to get here between these three? And you can see behind them, actually, McIntyre is coming under a lot of pressure from Warmingham, so it can't have been a good lap for McIntyre. Nom is in there.
4 laps to go, and the gap for the lead's down to half a second as well.
Oh, Aero Nom, look at this. Going to try on Warmingham here. He's going to try and get through into 7th. Tough first corner. This reminds me so much of Daytona, but actually a tightening corner here. Into a right-hand S's. Right then left onto the back straight. It's not a particularly long section, this, is it? Into the road that leads out of the track, so to speak.
That's pretty short. It comes back on itself very quickly, doesn't it?
I've got to say though, Alex, it's a good use of the perimeter roads and things, isn't it? What they've done here, it's too small an oval to fit a road course really inside it, so why not use the outside of it?
Yeah, absolutely.
The last sector. I wonder, Adam, if as you're the one who's driven the track before, I wonder if you could take us through the onboard lap with Jamie Ayres.
Or maybe Steve Efford. I don't know. We might be able to see the lead.
Efford will be
change
better,
from
yeah.
Yeah, here we go. They're now the final corner, now turn 14. And the front straight we go then on to start lap 11. Now into the chicane here. A lot of runoff area on the inside, but no need for that here from either driver. You can see they're taking a wide entry in. Hefford clipping the inside curb, and then the one on the apex there, just missing that tyre barrier, and then back out onto the banking.
He's very close to that, wasn't he?
Really close. Shows you how hard they're pushing. Now into the right-hander here, 90-degree right-hander, and Ayres makes a right mistake there. The apex by quite some distance there, and looks like he's still paying as Hefford nearly loses the front.
Yeah.
What's the carousel then? This has proven to be quite an eventful lap. Two teammates fighting it out. Different lines being taken there, both running out wide into the dust and gravel on the exit. Through the quick chicane, and now back down the hill, back across the oval and onto the infield. There they go. Good right-hander here. Opens up on the exit, and then into the S's, the final two corners.
Oh. Hefford out of control nearly. Oh, dear me.
Now it's a lap around New Hampshire.
Thank you very much. They missed that pit lane wall, Alex. It always gets me quite nervous how close they get to that.
Yeah, it's pretty... They get pretty close, don't they?
Pretty narrow as well, isn't it? The angle that you've got to take to avoid the concrete wall. And here we go. This could be the moment for Hefford.
Dusty is offline there as well.
Yeah, he didn't get a great exit actually, as much as he got alongside nearly in the corner. Going to try the outside again. Oh, that's a bit wide. That's a bit wide. He's onto the bumps. Bit of a surface change as well, Alex. We've seen in some of the circuits previously. Road Atlanta comes to mind that when you get a slight surface change, just off the racing line, it does unsettle the car massively.
Yeah, huge. And for a minute, I thought he was going to lose the back end. It looked a bit like that, but held on to it.
He will not want to lose second place here, Steve Hefford. He's put so much effort into this race, starting from 15th. I know he wants the win, but second is going to be a fantastic result for him. He's 7th in the championship. He's taken 3 wins already, and he's been in the top 10 14 times this season. It's a good bunch of statistics for him, Adam, and got 1 lap to try to gain his 4th victory of the season.
Probably one of the best drivers, probably one of the best teams in the Mazda MX-5 here, Momo Racing. And you can see why, because they've got a 2.5 second advantage over the rest of them.
Jamie Ayres has taken 2 wins. So, yeah, and the lines are so different. I'm sure I've seen the same drivers, Alex, take different lines on lap to lap.
Yeah,
a lot of these sections.
Pretty sure as well. I commented on it earlier, didn't I? That it just seemed to be so many different lines you can take here.
It seems like people are still searching, even at the end of race 3. It seems like they're still not quite sure how this New Hampshire circuit is best driven, but it's been driven very well by Jamie Ayres, Adam, and he's nearly home and dry now.
Yeah, 7/10 of a second now. It's going to have to take something really big from Steve Hefford to get a win here, and I think the team will be pretty happy with a 1-2 as they clip a few of the cones on the way back down the hill.
Getting closer onto the main circuit, but he's just got this long left-hander to go. It's quite easy, this. Here he comes then. Jamie Ayres coming through, misses the pit barrier, and over the line to take race 3 and his 3rd win of the season. He joins Hefford with 3 for the year. Clay comes across, good 3rd for him, 14th on the grid he started. Brandon in 4th and Clark in 5th, ahead of McIntyre. But McIntyre can't be too disappointed, Alex, because 16 positions gained for him.
Yeah, good race for him.
Right.
Some good battles going on all the way to the finish line as well.
Great battle, and this is on the final lap. This is Michael Barry versus Benjamin Meir, so it looks like Barry might have issues. I think that might be the reason.
Yeah, I think you're right. He was caught up, wasn't he? On, I think, lap 2 or 3 in somebody else's accident, I think. Yeah, he's seems like everybody waiting, in fact, for these two to come across the line. Drop down into the main course again. There you go. Final corner for Pierce, and then Barry is following closely. Hefford actually going past, is he? No, he's not. That's sensible driving really from Hefford, allowing Barry to get round unimpeded. relatively. Car is a mess though, isn't it? Car is an absolute mess, Michael Barry, but credit to him, he has got to the line. Adam, that means we can get the final results.
Okay, then Jamie Ayres takes the win. Second for Steve Hefford, started 15th on the grid up to second, one of the big movers in this one. I think joint biggest mover with quite a few drivers today. Third, George McClay, another great drive from him, 14th to third. Then Johnny Brandon, probably be happy with that considering that he got a slowdown in this one, I think. Teddy Clark finishing in 5th, 6th, Jack McIntyre 22nd to 6th, 16 positions gained, he's officially the biggest mover. Then Aero Nom 13 positions gained to finish in 7th, Richard Warmingham 8th, Pierre Van Gore 9th and Josh Thompson rounding out the top 10. Then Evdoka 11th, Clark 12th, Adam Moran Grant 13th, then Lorne Murray 14th place, 15th Alan McNally, 16th Anwar Smith, Brian Holmes in 17th, 18th Alan McCain, 19th Benjamin Mears, and then 10th, 20th for Michael Barry. Cars that were 1 lap down or more then. Jörg Danker a lap down again, finished in 21st place. Craig Jones, the pole sitter, 4 laps down. David Ayres out on the opening lap along with John Roberts, big crash for him, and Nick McCarron as well, who really couldn't have done anything about the crash that he was involved in at the start. And yeah, Kip Stevens is always bringing up the rear in this one.
Yeah, he was, and not obviously taking part tonight. I think he must be doing the admining. So, Alex, over to you then for the final time tonight in terms of the reverse grid wheel. I've got a feeling I know what it's going to be, but we'll see.
Right, let's give a spin then. Do it just for the fun, really, don't we? At this point. Oh, it's going to be 26, I think. Not going to make it to 22. No, 26 it is.
That would be Kip Stevens, but you know the rules, Kip. Jörg Danker starting on the pole, then Barry second, Mears third, McCain 4th, and Brian Holmes starting in 5th for the final race.
Alright, so we're anticipating a really good finish to the afternoon here at New Hampshire, and we'll bring that to you right after this break here on Apex Racing TV as we return with more from the BSR MX5 Winter Series.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
In the outside, contact made. 56 slides it at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even. Give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
The overcast conditions are drawn in here at New Hampshire in the BSR MX5 Winter Series. Andrew Woodhouse, Alex Simpson and Adam Bath for Apex Racing TV. And, well, Adam, if you can take us through the grid, it's going to be a good one, I think.
Yeah, really looking forward to this one. Let's have a look at how it lines up. Starting on the pole then is Jörg Dankert again. Second, Michael Barry. Third, Benjamin Mears. Fourth, Alan McCain. Then Brian Holmes inside the top 5. Anwar Smith, Alan McNally, Lorne Murray, and Adam Braun, Grant, Luke Clark rounding out the top 10. Starting towards the rear, we've got the likes of McCarran, Roberts, Jamie Ayres as well. Here we go.
Here we go then, ready for the start then. Final time tonight, race 4, another 13 laps. The New Hampshire road course. We begin any second now. Red lights are on. Green light is on. Good start by Dankert, really got away well. Also having a look at his Mears, he was very aggressive on the first lap in race 1. Kind of cost him somewhat. They all fan out into turn 1. 3 or 4 wide at one point. And they're all jockeying for position. Look at all these different lines, Adam, through the first sector.
Oh, and Hefford's collided with Johnny Brandon. Yeah, and that line didn't work out at all well, did it?
It did not. Mears versus Smith. Oh, and Thompson, I think, hit Clark. Then he gets through, so that's the bump and run for you.
Eddie Clark dropping down the order already. He started 17th. He's
hit,
spun. Yeah.
He was hit by Warmingham, who mustn't have realised he was there. Dankert then still leads the way.
And Gauls having
Second
issues
place
as well.
already for Brian Holmes.
Yeah, started 5th up to second now. Second position now.
Indeed.
Alan McCain. What's happened to Alan McCain? He was
he's gone off.
4th. He's off.
Impressive first lap for Dankert then. And I was going to say, Alex, he'd do well to stay ahead of Holmes. Holmes drives it in deep. Dankert with a wide line. He's given himself too much to do, though. He's lost second place. He's lost third place.
He's lost third, yes.
Commentators cursed a little bit, wasn't it?
The line all wrong through there, didn't he? And didn't want to close it down.
He can go wide there, but that was too wide. And now he's trying to fight back on the inside. Smith and Mears hitting each other. And actually Dankert has got a position back from Adam McNally, but he's not got any momentum on that inside line at all. And here comes Broughton Grant. And if that's a slowdown for Dankert, Dankert must have a problem.
Yeah,
Never going right for Jörg Dankert.
Seems to be the slowdowns get picked up if you take too much of that inside curb going onto this outfield part of the circuit.
Such a great start he made there. And it was going well ahead of very experienced competitors like Holmes and Smith, but not happening for him in the second half of the race.
Momo cars are fighting their way through the field together. McIntyre's up 4 positions to 12. Then it's Hefford, and then it's Jamie Ayres. The 3 of them forging away through the field here as Ayres now tries to get past Luke Clark.
And Jamie Ayres was that, sorry. Oh,
yeah, Jamie Ayres,
Thompson, what's he doing? What's he doing? Thompson there ducked right over against the pit wall. I couldn't quite see what was going on. Where
There's
I
Thompson.
was.
Oh, he's
they've
turned
hit each
across
other.
it.
Oh, and Evdoka has to really get out of it to avoid hitting the wall on the inside.
What's happened to Luke Clark? He's vanished.
In the wall.
Oh, he's in the wall. You did say that we would have someone in it by the end of the evening.
He's on top of the tyre barrier. McIntyre, oh! Absolutely smashed there, Alex. I wonder if you can get the replay on that.
Like Christian Klein from a few years back.
Oh. Christian Albers receiving end of UGE day.
We're not comparing Jack McIntyre to UGE Day, but
no, we're not indeed at all.
Probably a better driver than UGE Day.
Have a look at the replay now. Oh wow!
I doubt Jack McIntyre would get his super license revoked after 3 races.
Well, McIntyre did. McIntyre is the champion in the series, so. No, to be honest, I didn't really. I saw the aftermath of it. I didn't really see what kind of a.
Yeah, they were just having a little tussle and just like pretty. Didn't look like it was too much, to be honest, and then just got flipped. Yeah.
You said that there was one like that the other night, wasn't there, where car reacted in a strange way in the rallycross, wasn't it? Hefford, yeah. I think it was Hefford. Ended up getting spat out into the wall on that occasion. good battle then near the front.
Yeah, it's McNally, isn't it?
The Holmes is away. Smith is in second, but yeah, it's McNally, and he's trying to hold back the river essentially, isn't he? With Pierce and Broughton, Grant, and Josh Thompson, and Aaron Nom, and Michael Dogger. In fact, these are 5 of the best MX5 drivers you can find, Alex, in any racing series, and Adam McNally's got the task of trying to stay ahead of these.
I mean, Grant, I don't even know. I mean, what they're battling amongst themselves, which is what's happening right now. It's perfect for him.
Yes, indeed. He's a very quick driver, McNally, in this car. He won't mind the assist of the fighting going on behind him, Adam, to be honest.
Especially since Thompson's now trying to really get past Broughton Grant here. David Ayres is dropping down the order too, by the way. Don't know what's happened there. Round the outside goes Thompson, back up the inside.
Good work.
Relatively straightforward, even though that was probably a really tough move to do.
It's a good move by the Manxman. And he's up into 4th position now.
What's happened to Michael Barry? That is the exit of the first chicane.
Oh,
Lost it on his own.
Indeed it is, Michael Barry. Yeah, I think he did. Eddie Clark's out. Luke Clark's out as well, so the pattern to that. Good day for you called Clark. Van Gool having a go. Craig Jones, that's down in 20th for Van Gool, wow.
Clarks have been parked.
Yeah. Brian Holmes, absolutely flying away from the field. Quicker than Anwar Smith then, not quite. Smith with 1/10 of a second gained, Alex, so not giving this one up.
No.
And why should he 1.7 seconds?
Yeah, exactly. Just, go for it.
Had a good meeting
ahead,
tonight,
isn't it?
Smith.
So, why not? Get to him, be a good battle between them. A battle behind, normally than that.
No, problem
Buster.
for Broughton Grant.
Now dropped all the way down to, what's that, 7th in the end?
Yeah,
The
7th.
8th, yeah, if he's hung out on the outside here, which he might be.
Thompson almost rogered McNally through the infield. Scrap though out there for the top 10 positions.
Dogfight really. From 4th position down to 12th, it's about 4 seconds.
And 2 very quick drivers trying to get onto the back of this pack as well. Jamie Ayres is only a couple of seconds off it, as is George McClay. So multiple race-winning drivers in this field.
Well, Grant really trying his best to hold back Evdoka, who's looking really quick. 2 wins tonight, of course, for Michael Evdoka here. Jack McIntyre claiming the other one. Now here comes Hefford. Evdoka closing the door, and that's a contact.
2 wins for it's not 2 wins for Evdoka, Adam.
Oh, there we go. Adam
Smith
Grant.
won the first one. McIntyre won the second one. Oh, Bosch.
3 wide.
Yeah, Smith took race 1.
Race 2 was
McIntyre took race 2.
race 3 was Evdoka.
Yes, indeed.
There we
Just
go.
the one.
There's a win in there somewhere.
He has taken a couple of wins this season, though, Evdoka. He has got when my sheet loads here, he's got. Oh no! In fact, that was his first one of the season. So I'm a bit surprised by that. Here comes Broughton Grant again. Alex, don't give up, does he? Done well.
It's a good meeting tonight, to be fair. Right in the thick of things the whole night long.
That's how good Anwar Smith's meeting's been as well. It's not easy when you get into that championship lead as the season wears on, and you start to feel the pressure a little bit, don't you?
I think
When you take the lead late.
yeah, what are we, two meetings left?
Yeah.
Not a lot at all now, is it? So yeah, exactly. Like you say, you get good momentum. You almost wish you kind of did it on the last race, but yeah, the pressure's going to be on the final one.
This is some pretty interesting tracks as well to end the season in the MX5. We go to Summit Point.
Thought you were going to leave us in suspense then for a second.
No, I was just waiting for the sheet to load up. So we go to Summit Point, and we go to Donington.
Drum roll, Summit Point. It's not Jefferson, is it?
I don't think so. I would have written it down otherwise it was Jefferson. Definitely
Donington Park, did you say, is the final?
Donington Park, the final one.
Good one.
I'll see if I can get in that actually.
Oh, well, it could be worth it. We're going to say tonight definitely
Get some
wasn't
ranking
one of those
points.
jump in and go races. Definitely not with the track like this. Holmes has extended it now to 2.6, Alex. So 6/10 of a second gained on that previous lap.
Yeah, flying now. Pretty flying.
There's the car of Alan McCain. We had some issues at the beginning, Adam, and gone one lap down at the moment.
There's some issues going on there for Alan McCain.
Dom's now setting about McNally. He wants that 4th place. He wants to take it away from car number 4.
Thompson's said sayonara to those two.
Just chipped out, really. 9/10. Yeah, he's going to disappear. Not going to struggle to catch up to Smith, though. Although he was only a 10th that last lap, so just not enough.
Well, he said sayonara to them. He might be saying arigato if they start battling. But we'll see if that is going to take place between McNally and Dom. When McNally gets danger on him, he does seem to up his game and raise the performance a little bit and gain those extra few tenths needed to just stay ahead of the fight.
Goes to show he's got a little something in reserve, really, isn't he? You know, just maintaining that gap more than anything.
Wish I had that.
I wish I wasn't pushing 100% all the time. Exactly. You're right.
My reserve's usually gone after the first lap. Adam Broughton Grant has just been overtaken, and he could be about to get passed by a few more here. This is an interesting battle. Jamie Ayres is also in the mix too.
Up and down race for Broughton Grant. He had a great start. He's been punished a little bit in the middle of the race. One or two little errors. Might be where Clay gets through. Broughton Grant's going to fight it, but it's hard to fight it on the inside line. That carousel. Having a look is Jamie Ayres as well.
What's happened to
McIntyre's turned up as well.
Dankert's off the track, but well, never mind that.
Oh yeah, he is, yeah. And he's down to 20th, Dankert.
And really, he started on the pole, this one.
Tough circuit though to learn, I must admit. Some drivers getting the better of it, some not.
11 of 13, 3 laps to go.
Oh, McNally and Nom now almost going wheel to wheel through turn 1. Nom's going to set him up here, I think, Adam. He's got a choice of left or right here to make.
They got the inside.
No.
Well, we saw a few cars getting flipped over like pancakes earlier. Let's just hope none of them
get that one in.
Yeah.
You waited until the last possible moment as well. Just 3 laps to go in the evening. Well, it hasn't fallen flat like a pancake anyway. It's been a good meeting, and I really am starting to enjoy these meetings, Alex, where the pack racing kind of disappears and it's more about really how it should be. It's about the driver.
Yep. Yeah, these track selections have been really, really good, and
brought new life into the MX5. I think it was getting a little stale last season, I must admit.
I think so. Yeah, I hope that carries forward with whatever else they do on a Tuesday night after the Winter Series finishes.
Yeah, I agree. 2 laps to go, Adam, and anything can happen, but I think it's settled down into a bit more of a pattern now.
Yeah, what were the lap times like? Thompson did a 1:11.8. Same with Adam McNally, really. Aero Nom also not too far off that pace. So it looks like these 3 are just going to see it out, really, unless one of them makes a mistake. The rest of the top 10 is Mears in 6th, Hefford in 7th. That could change in the closing stages. We know how quick Hefford is. He was a second quicker than Mears on that last lap. Could be a position for the taking.
Well, it looks like Smith settled for second, and to be honest, Alex, I wouldn't blame him. The last thing you want to do with just a couple of race meetings left as the championship leader is to push too hard fighting for a win that you don't really need.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, coming a cropper. Oh, Thompson, dear me.
Maybe going to let McNally have a run on him.
Unbelievable. How did Benjamin Mears not roll that car on the curb?
Oh, off goes... oh, it's McCain, it's the lapped car.
Yeah. Staying out the way.
I thought it was Nom that was off.
Jack McIntyre, what has happened to Jack McIntyre? Something has happened. Disappeared. He hasn't hit 20 incidents.
And Adam Broughton Grant as well. They're
Yeah,
both
he's disqualified.
gone.
He's disqualified.
The two teammates have disqualified each other.
Dawn Murray has disappeared too.
Broughton Grant's gone, Murray's gone, so there's a few gone there.
Yeah, DQs for both of them.
Oh, Brian Holmes!
Oh dear.
Brian Holmes has crashed!
And Anwar Smith takes the lead.
On the final lap, and Anwar Smith is going to win it.
Ow.
And that just sums up Brian Holmes' week so far, Alex, I think.
Just got onto the gravel, didn't he? And that was it.
Did say it was deceptive, that.
We did. And it's so dirty on the outside that you can't recover it. But Anwar Smith is going to get a bonus here. And it's going to be another win for him, second one of the evening. Doubling up is Smith. Did
Thompson's
Holmes
going to
make
get
it
second.
He's still going to get second place, is he, Holmes?
Okay, yeah, he is.
Yeah, so he only lost 4 seconds, actually. Well, he lost 7 seconds in total, actually, so... no beats Thompson to the line.
Close.
I must admit, not the worst result in the end after crashing on the last lap.
Oh, it could have been a lot worse.
Dear me. Could have got stuck in the wall like McCain did earlier on. Yeah, we're just waiting on the last few drivers to come across. Just waiting on David Ayres and Michael Barry. Might be quite close here as well, but it's going to be Barry over Ayres.
What happened to Alan McCain on the final lap? Did I miss something there?
McCain, no, he was a lap down anyway, mate.
Yeah, it was.
So,
yeah,
it's all right. The lap down, he went. Something happened to him, didn't it, Alex? I think lap 2 or something, lap 1 or 2.
Yeah, I can't quite remember.
Something.
Yeah, he just got himself out of the way, didn't he, with that on the last lap?
Oh, and that is just about that, Adam. If you can go through the finishing order for the final time tonight.
Okay, so the victory goes to Anwar Smith. Second win of the evening. There we go. I knew there was a second win for someone around there somewhere. Little did I know that it was waiting for me at the end of race 4. Brian Holmes second, Thompson third. Another good drive through the field from him. I think every time that he's finished inside the top 5, he started outside the top 10. Some incredible stat like that. Adam McNally 4th, Aero Nom 5th, Steve Efford 20th to 6th. Ben Mears dropping down to 7th place, but I think a top 10 for him is probably still a good result. Evdoka 8th, 9th for George McClay, and 10th Nick McCarron, 15 positions gained. Richard Warmingham 11th, 12th Peter Van Gool, Johnny Brandon in 13th, then Jamie Ayres in 14th, Lorne Murray finishing in 15th, then John Roberts starting at the back, but did get 16th, Craig Jones 17th, 18th for Jörg Danker, the pole sitter, did go off, sadly. Michael Barry 19th, another car on the front row there, and 20th for David Ayres. Alan McCain a lap down in 21st. Jack McIntyre DQ'd after colliding with his teammate, both of them 2 laps down. Luke Clark out, Teddy Clark out, and Kip Stevens didn't take the start. I bet he had an interesting evening watching there as we pack up from New Hampshire and move to wherever Summit Point is in the United States of America.
I'm not entirely sure.
It is in
Virginia?
West Virginia, yes. So
West Virginia.
country roads take me home and all that.
Indeed it is. And Adam, thanks again for providing your voice to the proceedings. Alex, final word from yourself then. New Hampshire, it's a new venue for us here on Apex Racing TV, but I really enjoyed that. I hope we come back here again.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, good circuit for this car, and yeah, I hope they learn from that for the sort of the non-winter series, whatever it is they're going to decide to do.
We'll even get the touring cars here. I think that'd be quite decent.
Maybe.
To be
I
fair.
like calendars, or it's as another
fine,
possible
isn't it?
alternative to Monza.
How many-
first chicane.
I was going to say they'll put a third Monza meeting before they take any of my suggestions, I think, on that one. But, but yeah, without further ado, I think we're going to call it a day for tonight's action. But thank you very much for joining us here on Apex Racing TV on a day that started at 1:30 this morning. It feels like we're a bit like at the Winter Olympics. But, well, it's very cold outside, but we're wishing you a very warm good night.